What if I told you that your once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get rich has already passed? Or worse, what if it's right in front of you and you don't even know it? Today, we're going to talk about that moment, the one that everyone waits for, the moment you believe could change everything, your finances, your freedom, your life. But here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You don't get a chance. You recognize one. You build it. You earn it. It's easy to believe that success is something that simply arrives, that some magical opportunity will present itself, and then your life will change forever. But that's not how it works. The truth is, opportunities don't just appear out of thin air. They're often right in front of us, disguised as something mundane or overlooked. So what does that mean for you? It means you don't wait for the perfect moment to fall into your lap. You take what's available, you adapt, and you create something meaningful from it. Whether it's your skills, your network, your ideas, they're all pieces of the puzzle. This episode is not just about getting rich. It's about waking up. It's about realizing that you already have the tools you need to succeed. It's about seeing what's already in your hands and using it to build the future you want. The key isn't waiting for luck or a stroke of fate. It's about making the most of what you have, being proactive and taking action. So let's dive into this. Let's explore how you can recognize the opportunities that are already within your grasp and turn them into real, lasting wealth. Part 1. The myth of the one golden opportunity. We've all heard it. If I had just invested in Bitcoin back in 2011, if I had just started that business when I had the time, if only I had listened to that gut feeling. Sound familiar? Those thoughts haunt many of us, the what-if scenarios that seem to carry the weight of missed opportunities. But here's the truth. They are rooted in a myth that tells you there's one golden opportunity, one perfect moment that could change your life forever. Here's the lie. We think there's one magical door, one single moment that either makes you a millionaire or locks you in mediocrity forever. But that's a trap. Because when you believe in only one shot, you either freeze and do nothing, paralyzed by the fear of missing out or making the wrong decision, or chase every shiny object that looks like the one, hoping it will be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. The problem with this thinking is simple. It limits you. It makes you believe that you're waiting for some special sign, some moment in time that might never come. It turns your focus to a singular idea of success, while ignoring the many other opportunities all around you. The truth? Opportunities are made, not given. They don't just appear out of nowhere. They're created by the actions you take, the connections you make, and the decisions you choose to act upon. They are born from discipline, persistence, and the ability to recognize potential where others see nothing. Opportunities are everywhere, if you train your mind to see them. The moment you stop waiting for one big break is the moment you begin to realize that success isn't a one-time event. It's the culmination of smaller, consistent choices that add up over time. You don't need to gamble on one lucky break. You need to make opportunities happen in your everyday life, in your work, your relationships, your growth. The key is to shift your mindset. Opportunities don't come from luck, and they're not one-time events. They're built by you. In every moment, every decision, and every step you take toward your goals. The sooner you realize this, the sooner you'll start to recognize the many doors around you, all ready to open if you have the courage to walk through them. Part 2. Recognizing real opportunity, minute by minute. Let's get practical. How do you know when a real opportunity shows up? In a world full of distractions and overnight success stories, it's easy to think that opportunity will announce itself in bright lights, a sudden windfall, or a stroke of luck. But here's the truth. Real opportunities don't show up with fanfare. They come quietly, often disguised as hard work, discomfort, and slow progress. So, how can you tell when a real opportunity is right in front of you? Here's the litmus test. It requires effort. Nothing worth having comes easy. If you think the opportunity will land in your lap with no work, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Real opportunities often require you to dig in, learn, and stretch yourself. They ask for time, energy, and persistence. If it feels like it's going to take effort, that's a good sign, because that's where the growth happens. It makes you uncomfortable. Opportunities that push you out of your comfort zone are the ones that bring the most growth. If you're not feeling at least a little nervous, unsure, or challenged, it might not be the real thing. True growth happens when you take risks, try new things, and face fears head on. If it's easy, it might be a distraction. Real opportunity is a little bit scary, and that's exactly why it's worth pursuing. It doesn't promise instant results. We live in a world of instant gratification, but real opportunities don't come with promises of overnight success. There's no fast track to real wealth. If something looks too good to be true, it probably is. Real opportunities take time to pay off. They require patience, persistence, and the willingness to work through the hard times. But over time, the results come, and they're more meaningful because of the effort you've invested. But it plants seeds that grow if you're consistent. Opportunities are like seeds. At first, they don't look like much, but with consistent effort, they start to sprout and eventually bloom. The key is to keep nurturing them, even when you don't see immediate results. Your commitment, your daily actions, and your focus will turn those small seeds into something bigger. It might take months or even years, but real opportunities build over time. Real wealth-building opportunities are usually disguised as hard work. They don't come with neon signs. They don't shout for your attention. They come quietly, like a business idea that won't leave your head, a skill you keep coming back to, or a problem you feel driven to solve for others. Sometimes your chance isn't a lottery ticket. It's your own hands, your own mind, your own discipline. It's not about waiting for some big break to come crashing into your life. It's about noticing the small, quiet opportunities that are already here. The ones that require you to take action, push through discomfort, and stay committed, even when the results aren't immediate. So the next time you feel that nudge, that idea that won't leave your mind, that skill you're passionate about developing, that problem you want to solve, don't dismiss it. That might just be the opportunity you've been waiting for. The key is to act on it every single day, because the opportunity is real, but only if you're willing to see it, take it, and nurture it into something great. Part 3. Why most people miss their moment minute by minute. So why do most people miss their shot? It's simple. Because they're distracted. Because they're afraid. Because they're waiting for something that feels easier. Let me be blunt. You won't get rich scrolling through social media. You won't get rich gambling away your money. You won't get rich complaining about your circumstances. Here's the hard truth. You get rich when you decide to focus. But focus is hard. In a world filled with endless distractions, it's easy to get sidetracked. The constant pull of social media, entertainment, and short-term pleasures can easily derail your attention. Everyone is looking for the fast track to success, the shortcut to wealth. But the reality is far different. There is no substitute for focus and hard work. So let me tell you what focusing on real opportunity might look like. Saying no to instant pleasure. It might mean putting down your phone, skipping that night out, or resisting the urge to binge watch your favorite show. Instant gratification is everywhere, and it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that small pleasures will make you feel better. But true wealth requires delayed gratification. It means choosing your future self over your present desires. Every time you say no to something fleeting, you're saying yes to a better future. Saying yes to long hours of learning. True wealth doesn't come from luck. It comes from skills, knowledge, and expertise. You have to be willing to put in the hours of learning, whether it's reading, taking courses, or practicing your craft. It might not be glamorous or fun in the moment, but the payoff is enormous in the long run. If you want to build something of real value, you need to become a master of your craft, and that takes time, focus, and dedication. Facing the fact that your past decisions led you here, and that's okay. Most people miss their moment because they're too focused on regret, blame, or shame. They look at where they are right now and wish they had made different choices. The truth is, your past decisions have shaped your present, but they don't have to define your future. The moment you accept where you are without excuses or self-pity is the moment you can move forward. The breakthrough you're waiting for starts with letting go of what you can't change and focusing on what you can. Here's the thing. Your breakthrough begins where your excuses end. Too many people miss their shot because they spend too much time blaming the world or waiting for the perfect moment. But here's the reality. The perfect moment doesn't exist. The moment to act is now. When you stop making excuses and start making moves, you're on your way to real change. We all face fear. We all face doubt. But the difference between those who make it and those who don't isn't luck. It's the willingness to take action. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop distracting yourself with things that won't get you anywhere? Are you ready to focus, put in the work, and face the uncomfortable truths about where you are now? Because once you decide to focus, once you commit to your future, your moment will finally arrive. The only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is your decision to stop waiting and start acting. It's time to make it happen. Part 4. What opportunity looks like today? Let's talk about today. Not last year, not 10 years ago, right? Now. So what's around you? What tools do you already have at your disposal? Here's the truth. You already have everything you need to start. You've got a phone with global access. Think about it. You're holding in your hand a device that connects you to the entire world. You can learn, network, create, and even make money, all from that small screen. There's no barrier to entry anymore. You can start a business, share your ideas, or market a service, all with just your phone. That's a tool most of us carry every day, yet so many people don't realize the power it holds. Skills you've learned over years. Maybe you don't have a formal degree or a fancy certification, but I can almost guarantee you've spent years developing valuable skills, whether it's in communication, leadership, problem solving, or a specific trade. These skills are your foundation. They're what you can build on to start something meaningful. Every skill you've acquired is an opportunity waiting to be applied. Don't downplay your experience. It's your currency. People who believe in you, even if just one. Maybe you don't have a massive network, but think about the people who have supported you along the way. Whether it's a friend, a family member, or a colleague, there's someone who believes in you. And that belief is priceless. If you're lucky enough to have even one person who believes in your potential, that's a powerful start. They're the ones who will cheer you on, help you overcome obstacles, and even help spread the word when you're ready to put your idea into the world. A market that pays for value. No matter what you do, there's a market for it. There's always someone out there looking for a solution to their problem, whether it's a product, service, or idea you can provide. Today's world is more connected than ever before. The internet has made it easier to find your niche, engage with potential customers, and offer real value. Whether you're selling a product, offering a service, or providing knowledge, there is an audience ready to pay for it. You don't need to invent the next Google. You don't need to create something groundbreaking. You can start small, solve one problem, teach something you know, offer a service, build an audience, sell a solution. Opportunity doesn't always look like a grand, world-changing invention. It often starts with small steps. It starts with identifying a problem and offering a solution. Whether it's teaching a skill you know, solving a problem others face, or helping someone get from point A to point B, these small moves add up. The secret? Small moves made consistently become massive momentum. That's the formula. It's not about making a huge leap right out of the gate. It's about taking the small, practical steps and showing up every single day. The more consistent you are, the more you build momentum. Over time, those small actions compound into something significant. So take a moment to look around. Look at what you have right now. Your tools, your skills, your connections, your access to the world. Opportunity is already here. It's not in some far-off place or time. It's right in front of you. You just have to take the first step, no matter how small, and keep moving forward. The key is to start and to keep going. Every small action brings you closer to your next big opportunity. Part 5. Case Studies, the Unexpected Paths to Wealth. Let me give you a few quick stories. 1. Sarah, the single mom who built a bookkeeping business from her kitchen table. Sarah was a single mom working multiple jobs, just trying to make ends meet. She had no background in accounting, no fancy qualifications, and no savings to invest in a traditional business. But one day, she stumbled across an online course for bookkeeping that cost just $29. She had no experience, no formal education in the field, but she decided to take the leap. She learned at her own pace from home in the few hours she could carve out between raising her kids and working her other jobs. Fast forward to today, Sarah has turned that $29 investment into a thriving business that brings in $8,000 a month, all from the comfort of her kitchen table. She doesn't have a degree in finance. She didn't need a huge network or fancy connections. What she did have was determination, the willingness to learn, and the courage to start with what she had. Today, she works remotely, enjoys the freedom to be with her kids, and has built a successful business. Her secret? She didn't wait for a golden opportunity. She created it with the tools available to her at that very moment. The ex-factory worker who became a YouTube creator. James spent years working in a factory, but deep down, he always had a passion for cars. One day, after a particularly tough shift, he realized he wasn't going to get rich working in the factory. But he had something he could share, knowledge about fixing old cars. So with no fancy equipment, no professional camera, just his phone and his voice, he started recording YouTube videos. His production was simple, but his knowledge was solid. He started small, but over time, his videos began to gain traction. He shared practical tips, step-by-step guides, and fixes for common car problems. Slowly, his audience grew. Today, James monetizes his content through ads, affiliate marketing, and even sponsorships. He's built a full-time income from his passion, all without the need for expensive gear or formal education. His secret? He didn't wait for the perfect setup or a big break. He started with what he had and built his platform step by step. His willingness to share his expertise and his persistence is what created his opportunity. 3. Lena, the artist who turned her trauma into a digital journal brand. Lena had been through a lot, personal challenges, emotional pain, and trauma. But instead of letting her experiences define her in a negative way, she channeled her creativity into something meaningful. Lena, an artist, began creating digital journals. These weren't just any journals. They were filled with healing prompts, creative exercises, and spaces for reflection designed specifically for people dealing with similar struggles. She combined her pain with her creativity, and it resonated with others. Her digital journal brand took off. Today, she's generating 6 figures in sales. But more importantly, Lena found peace. She took something that once held her back and turned it into a thriving business. Her secret? Lena didn't wait for a moment of clarity or a big opportunity to show up. She created her own chance by merging her story with her passion and delivering value to others. None of these people had a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity handed to them. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They didn't sit around hoping for a miracle. What they did was simple. They started with what they had, where they were, and made consistent efforts to build something meaningful. They didn't wait for the golden chance to appear. They made their own. These stories show that opportunities aren't always obvious, and they rarely look like the big, glamorous breakthroughs we imagine. Sometimes, the path to wealth is about starting small, working with what you already have, and being willing to show up day after day. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about making the most of the moment you're in. Part 6, your wealth toolkit. Building your own version of rich doesn't require a secret formula or a magic moment. It requires the right tools, the mindset, skills, connections, and actions that empower you to take charge of your future. Here's what you really need to get started. 1. Clarity. Define what rich means to you. The first step is understanding what wealth really means to you. For some, it's financial freedom, the ability to live without worrying about bills or paycheck-to-paycheck stress. For others, it's about having the time and energy to pursue passions or to be present with family. Here's the key. Your version of rich doesn't look like anyone else's, and that's okay. The mistake most people make is they chase after someone else's dream of wealth, the big house, the flashy car, the designer clothes. But true wealth is personal. It's essential to define what your ideal life looks like, whether that's owning your time, helping others, traveling, or being free from debt. Once you know exactly what you're working towards, you can direct all your energy and focus into creating that reality. 2. Skills. Learn, and keep learning. You don't need a fancy degree or an expensive education to build wealth. You need skills. The world has changed. In today's economy, learning isn't confined to classrooms or formal degrees. With the internet, everything you need to learn is at your fingertips. Whether it's learning how to build a website, mastering digital marketing, developing a craft or service, or learning about finance and investing, your ability to adapt and acquire new skills is your most valuable asset. Key to remember: skills are the foundation of wealth. The more you invest in learning and growing, the more opportunities you create for yourself. Be proactive. Don't wait for the right time. You have the resources today to start building your skill set, and with consistency, you'll become an expert over time. 3. Network. Build real connections, not just followers. Your network is everything, but let's be clear, it's not about how many followers you have. It's about the quality of your relationships. The right people can open doors, offer advice, collaborate on projects, and support you when things get tough. But it's not just about taking, it's about giving too. Build a network based on mutual respect, value exchange, and genuine support. Reach out to people who share your values, interests, and goals. Learn from them, ask questions, and contribute to their journey as well. In today's world, connections can be made anywhere: online communities, local meetups, or through mutual friends. Don't wait for an invitation. Make the effort to connect. Networking is not a one-way street. It's about creating relationships that last and grow with time, helping you learn, collaborate, and thrive together. The right network can accelerate your success, especially if you align yourself with people who challenge and inspire you. 4. Execution. Ideas don't pay, action does. This is where most people fall short. It's easy to dream, to brainstorm, and to imagine all the possibilities. But the real work starts when you decide to take action. Ideas alone don't create wealth. You can have the best business idea, the most brilliant plan, and the greatest vision. But if you don't execute, you'll stay stuck in the someday zone. Execution is everything. It's about rolling up your sleeves, getting your hands dirty, and working consistently to bring your ideas to life. The power of execution lies in its simplicity. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about taking the first step and the next and the next. Focus on progress, not perfection. Momentum will carry you forward. 5. Mindset. Replace someday with now. If there's one thing that separates the successful from those who remain stuck, it's mindset. The difference between someday and now is everything. It's the difference between waiting for the perfect moment and seizing the one that's right in front of you. Many people wait for everything to be just right, the right time, the right amount of money, the right amount of experience. But the truth is that perfect moment never comes. The only moment you truly have is right now. Change your mindset from one of delay and doubt to one of action and possibility. Believe in your ability to learn, grow, and make things happen, even when you don't have all the answers. When you replace someday with now, you stop procrastinating and start making real progress. Remember, You don't need perfect conditions, you just need the courage to start anyway. So here's the final piece of advice. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need a flawless plan, a big budget, or all the skills figured out. What you need is the courage to start, even when things feel uncertain. Don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for the perfect time. Start where you are, with what you have. You don't have to know the entire path. Just take the first step and let the rest unfold. The journey to building wealth, in whatever form that means for you, is a process. It requires patience, persistence, and a commitment to showing up every day. And remember, you already have what it takes to begin. You have everything you need to create your version of rich. So, let's go. It's time to build. Recap summary. In this deeply honest episode of Finance and Wealth Hub, we break down the myth of the one shot to get rich. You'll discover why waiting for the perfect moment is costing you everything, the habits and mindset shifts that reveal real opportunities, inspiring stories of ordinary people who built wealth their way, and how to start turning your skills, pain, and passion into income starting today. This isn't motivation fluff. It's raw truth, real strategy, and a wake-up call for anyone still waiting for permission to live fully. Outro, the only chance you need. So has your one and only chance to get rich finally arrived? I don't know, but I do know this. If you're still breathing, still thinking, still listening, you're already in the moment that can change everything. This is it. This is your shot, not because it's shiny or loud, but because it's yours. So take it, build, try, fail forward, win slowly, and remember, you don't need one chance. You just need one decision, one habit, one belief that today is the beginning. If this episode spoke to something inside you, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. Hit subscribe to join us here at Finance and Wealth Hub, where every week we bring you powerful stories, money strategies, and mindset shifts to help you break free and build real wealth. Drop a comment. What's one action you'll take this week to create your opportunity? Don't wait. Don't scroll past this. This is your chance.